few days back, I did a video on the rumors and leaks surrounding the next Samsung Unpacked, and more specifically, the Galaxy Z Fold 4, the Galaxy Watch 5, and the Galaxy Buds Pro 2. Now, at this point, Samsung Unpacked has come and gone, and we actually have concrete facts, but if for some reason you want to go ahead and take a look at the rumors and leaks video, here is a link. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at what we got versus what we thought we would have received. Of course, the first thing is that there is no price increase. Even during the presentation, Samsung said that the beginning price of the Fold 4 would be $1,799, and that falls right in line with what the Fold 3 was. So this is good news. It means that, you'll be able to go ahead and get the Fold 4 for the same price as the Z Fold 3. But the other thing that I'm kind of confused about is when you look on Samsung's website, as you can see here, there's a price that says $2,998. So does that mean that that's the MSRP and that they've already marked down their new phone? I don't know. Either way, don't look a gift horse in the mouth is what I have always heard growing up. So yeah, you can go ahead and get the Fold 4 for the same price as the Fold 3. Next up, we actually did get 3 kinds of storage options. In addition to the regular 256 and 512, we actually did go ahead and get our 1 terabyte. And that's great news for everybody who wants to have all of their content on their phone. Like you probably want to go ahead and look at those pictures you've taken like 20 years ago on your phone. And you can do that now because you have the storage to spare. You can do it just because you can, and that's a great thing. So yeah, 1 terabyte is here. Great thing, great news. As far as the colors, so I mentioned before that we were only going to get 3, which were the Phantom Black, Beige, and Gray Green. And we did actually get those 3 colors. However, we did get a 4th color. So the Samsung.com exclusive color is Burgundy, which falls in line with what was in the S22 Ultra. However, it's just an exclusive color on Samsung.com now. The greatest thing about all of this is the fact that you actually don't have to choose between storage and color, because this time around, you can get the Fold 4 in any storage and any color choice you really want. So I'm glad for that. I'm really glad Samsung stepped it up here because, I have a problem with not being able to select a specific color. So yeah, I'm glad that Samsung did that this time around. I myself am going to go with the beige this time because I kind of like those gold corners over there. As far as the display, we did not get the 6.19 inch cover screen, nor did we get the 7.65 main display. However, Samsung has actually increased the size of the cover screen at least by a little bit. What they have done is what I mentioned before in the rumors and leaks video, where they have trimmed over the left side of the bezel to give you a little bit more of a wider screen. So we got a slightly wider screen, which I'm happy for. I mean, it's progress. We'll get there. We'll eventually get a bigger screen, but now we got a slightly bigger screen. The cover screen also has a slightly higher resolution. I say slightly because it kind of feels slightly to me. You have now a 2316 by 904 resolution versus the 2268 by 832 resolution. Things should look a little bit clearer on the cover screen. In reference to the main display, Samsung has trimmed down the bezels to give you a more immersive viewing experience. Now, the Fold 3's bezels were kind of thick, but honestly, they didn't bother me too much. However, it is good to see that Samsung is upping their game and upgrading the design anyway. The main display also has seen an upgrade in the sense that it actually supports HDR10 Plus now, and it has seen a resolution upgrade. I didn't mention anything about the design before, but one of the things that I found really important was the fact that they now have a slimmer hinge on the Fold 4, which should actually make the phone feel a little bit less heavy. Of course, there is a weight difference now, a little bit of a weight difference, but yeah, that slimmer hinge should definitely do wonders for the design. On the processor side of things, we did go ahead and get our Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, which should be much more efficient over the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. The camera specifications have changed a little bit here too. So you still have the same 10 megapixel front facing camera. However, now the 4 megapixel under display camera is actually hidden better, like I mentioned in the rumors and leaks video I did. and it is supposed to have better quality. I'm not really sure what that's going to look like, but we'll test it out when we get it. The biggest improvements here is the fact that the Fold 4 now has, in addition to its 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, a 50 megapixel wide angle camera and a 3 times zoom 10 megapixel telephoto camera. So not necessarily the improvement we were all wanting. You know, we definitely wanted to have the S22 Ultra's camera on the Fold 4. This is pretty much the S22 and S22 Plus's camera set, which is also not bad. Samsung also stated that they've improved the sensor on this camera here, so you should have 23% brighter photos at night, and I'm pretty sure a sharper image when you're taking pictures in the daytime. So either way, it's a camera upgrade. We could have gotten nothing, so I'll take it. The battery. So the battery did stay the same, like I mentioned before. It's 4,400 milliamps, but with all of the improvements and efficiencies they have made here, that should actually give us a little bit better battery life. They didn't mention that during the presentation, but we will see when we get that in our hands. There's also no upgrade in terms of the charging, so we are still getting the 25 watt charging as I mentioned before. Nothing too surprising here. The S Pen situation hasn't changed, and I was hoping that they were actually going to include that inside of the device. However, it is relegated to a case, the same way it was on the Z Fold 3. However, this case looks to be a lot better because now it's not just hanging off of the side, and I do hope that the pouch that it sits in sort of got a little bit tighter because my S Pen has fallen out a couple of times, so I don't want to lose it. It also comes in 3 different colors, which is also good. The last thing about the Fold 4 is that it will be the first phone, well at least the first foldable phone with Android 12L, which means that you should get all of the benefits that Google has laid out for you on that. So this is really it for the Fold 4 series. However, there were 2 other products that I talked about before and 2 other products that were released. Okay, so technically there were actually 3 other products released. One of those is the Galaxy Watch 5 series. The first thing you'll need to know is Samsung took the liberty of upgrading something we didn't actually want, which is the price. The new Watch 5 series actually starts at $80 more than the previous Watch 4 series. So the upgrades here are going to be sapphire crystal display glass and armor aluminum for increased durability. You now have 4 colors, which are graphite, sapphire or blue, silver, and pink. The biggest upgrades here are going to be the batteries, which the 40mm is going to come up from a 247 milliamp battery to a 284 milliamp battery, while the 44mm is up from 361 milliamps to 410 milliamps. Other upgrades include the fact that there is an increased surface area for better readings, which means the watch will actually stay on your wrist and you can use the health sensors more accurately. And you have an advanced bioactive sensor that combines 3 sensors into 1. So for your health needs, this is pretty much the watch to go to. You're probably confused as to why I didn't mention the classic variant of the Galaxy Watch 5 series, and that was on purpose because there actually is none this year. Samsung has gone ahead and replaced it with a Pro version, basically the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. Now, the price for this one starts at $449 for the Bluetooth model, and then goes up by $50 for the LTE model. The watch also has a sapphire crystal glass display for increased durability, but this one swaps out the aluminum frame for a titanium body. However, that's not even the biggest upgrade here. The biggest upgrade and the most useful upgrade, at least in my opinion, is the 590 milliamp battery. Now, although those are some pretty decent upgrades, one thing here makes this so much different from the classic series of watches Samsung has released before, and that is the fact that there is no longer a rotating bezel. There's not even a touch bezel from what I understand, or maybe there is one, but basically from what I've seen, there's only the fact that you can operate this watch with your finger. So that's a bummer. The last product we'll be taking a look at today is the successor to the Galaxy Buds Pro, which are the Galaxy Buds Pro 2. These go for $229. They come in 3 different colors, which are graphite, Bora purple, or purple if you are in Korea, because Bora means purple in Korean, and white. They boast studio quality sound, or rather 24-bit sound, which is an upgrade from the 16-bit sound we got on the Galaxy Buds Pro and previous. They come with intelligent active noise cancellation, which should make it so that it cancels out noise more effectively and automatically. 5 hours of playtime with ANC on, and the biggest upgrade of all is that they should fit, because they look like the Galaxy Buds 2 to me, and I know that those actually do fit in my ear. Alright, so that is it, and that rounds up the 3 most important announcements from the latest Samsung Unpacked. Now, everything is slated to come out on August 26th. I believe maybe the Buds Pro maybe 2 days earlier. However, I would definitely like to hear from all of you. What are you looking forward to? What are you going to get? I know myself, I am pretty much just going to get all 3. And, well, I won't say that here. I'm going to have to get rid of a certain other phone in order to do that. But I'll be happy I did it, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, if you have any comments or anything to say, yeah, go ahead and drop those in there, and let's get the conversation going on what's happening and what's new. But as always, wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, or a great night, and I will see you in the next video.